Okay, here's number 16, and the last one for some review 3. And again, this looks like this is going to be the result of the product rule here, or I'm sorry, the quotient rule, pardon me, excuse me. All right. And again, we would get this form after we applied the quotient rule to a function to take its derivative. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have to simplify this because we're going to look in the back of the book for our answer. It's not going to look like this. Or if it was a multiple choice test, this is not going to be one of the answers. So we have to simplify this, and again we have a situation with least powers. We've got x squared plus 4, x squared plus 4. We could also simplify these out here and multiply this out. So first of all, this is going to be my least power will be x squared plus 4 to the negative 2/3. So that's what I'm going to factor out, x squared plus 4 to the negative 2/3, because that's my least power. Then I can multiply 2 times 1/3 is 2/3. All right, and then I got x times x is x squared, so I can multiply that out. This is my minus sign there. So in the second big term on the top, I can simplify this. 2x times x times 1/3 to be 2/3 x squared. So in this, x squared plus 4 to the 1/3 minus a negative 2/3. And then over here in the second term, I've got the 2/3 x squared. I've got the x squared plus 4 to the negative 2/3 minus the negative 2/3. Okay. Okay, now I can put this down in the bottom, which I do over here. So this becomes x squared plus 4 to the 2/3 times x squared plus 4 to the 2/3. So I'm going to be able to combine those and simplify that. And 1/3 plus 2/3 is 3/3, so that's just 1. And this is 2/3 x squared. And then negative 2/3 plus 2/3 is 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1, so this is just 2/3 x squared. Now we're going to kind of get everything in the same denominator 3, so we can kind of combine this x squared and the 2/3 x squared. So I just put, first of all, if we simplify, this is just be x squared plus 4 minus 2/3 x squared, because that's just 1. And then 2/3 plus 2/3 is 4/3, so this denominator cleans up a little bit to be 1 factor rather than 2. And then we can write everything in thirds, so this is 1, which is 3/3 x squared. There's my negative 2/3 x squared, and 4 is the same thing as 12/3. That's 4. The reason why I do this is so I can factor out a 1/3 and get rid of the fraction. So basically this is what we do. We factor out the 1/3. What's left is, we're taking out the bottom 3, and what's left is 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 12. And then 3 minus 2 is just 1x squared. So I just end up with 1x squared plus 12. I still have the same x squared plus 4 to the 4/3. And then instead of writing the 1/3 like this, I can just put it in front of the whole fraction and just put a 3 in the denominator. And that's your simplified form. So you can see that if you did a function and you use the division rule, which we'll learn a little bit later, we end up with something like this, which is a pretty raw answer. And then, like I said, when you go back and you look in the back of the book for the answer, it will be in this form. So you're going to have to make sure that you know how to do all these steps to double check and make sure all this works out. And then if we give you a question like this and we give you a multiple choice, so you have 4 different solutions, you know, you're going to have to kind of do all this work to make sure you can arrive at the more conventional form of the answer. This is the more conventional form. Okay, I hope that helps.